How many times should you affirm? How many times should you script, visualize? How many times should you be focusing? What is it that you should do? What are some tips, tricks, and techniques that'll get my stuff faster? What should I affirm? What word should I use? Should I use in the present or the past? These are all the kinds of questions that I want to clarify and nip them in the butt right now so that you stop asking yourself these questions, because the answer is in the paradox of measuring something who is limitless. You can't measure what has no measuring. So that is what we're going to talk about in this video today, and I want to address the role in that you play in this thing called life, in this game of life, in this movie that is your life. What exactly is your physical body role in all of this, in the part you play in your desires coming to 3D? So stay with me, because you're going to like this. I intend that it really hits home for so many of you, and I answer the simplicity of your truth. Welcome, my name is Rose, and welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart so you live a life that you love. Thank you so much for subscribing to The Rosey Life. And thank you for your likes and your comments, and for sharing the content with others so more people learn about the Rosey Life. I appreciate you guys so much. And we have hit over 16,000 today, and I'm so grateful that you guys are all here, and I feel your love and support more and more each day. So if you're interested in working with me or joining the Rosey Life course and community, you can go to RoseyLife.com. Okay, so I wanted to make this video. It's going to be a fun video, okay? And I wanted to make this video because I read a lot of your comments, and I'm not able to get to every single question and every comment, but I do my best, and I do read them over, you guys. I do look them over, but then I start picking up consistency patterns in the questions that you answer. They might be in different contexts, might be about money or a person or a job or health or whatever, but you're asking the same question in a different way. So here's what I want to tell you guys first. Okay, so here's this, so you can take a screenshot. Okay, so there is no cap on your good, okay? In other words, who you really are is unlimited. There's no such thing as you can only get so much good before it goes bad. There's no other shoe that's going to drop. You can have whatever you want to. And in fact, I want you to start deciding to claim that you expect good on top of good on top of good on top of good. That you receive love and more romance and more money and more wealth and more good. Do you see? Instead of looking at it as like you get it, once you manifest it, then that's it. And worrying about keeping up with it, because who you are is unlimited. It's immeasurable who you are. So this is why these kind of questions don't make any sense. Trying to measure, structure, or analyze, trying to measure, structure, or analyze your power, what God is, right? And how, by asking questions about time, how much should I be doing every day? How many times should I be affirming? How many times should I be visualizing? How much should I be focusing? Do you see and the time, like how much time does it take for it to come? How do you see all these questions? When is it coming? When is it? When should I be doing this? In the morning or at night? When is it coming? Do you see all these questions? Where is my stuff? Where is it? How come it's not working? I see some of those questions in there. Where is it? Where is God? Where is he located? Is it a she? Is it a he? Is it in my head? Is it in the sky? Where is it? You see, what are some steps to feeling like God I am? What are some steps that I should be taking to get me into the God state? What are some tips to keep me in the God state? What are some tips or tricks for me to get something faster? What are some tips or tricks for me to feel like I am one with God? What should I be feeling? How much should I be feeling? How often should I feel it? When should I feel it? Where should I feel it? Do you see? Is there a right and wrong way? Am I doing it right or am I doing it wrong? Right? Because of the evidence. Because if it's not here, if I don't see it, I must be doing something wrong. Or I see synchronicities. Maybe does that mean I'm doing it right? Do you see? These are this is the line of questioning that I'm reading a lot in the comments. And people asking these kind of questions. And the paradox with this is that this is all saying that you aren't God, that you don't have what you want, and that you're forgetting who you really are. You're forgetting that you are immeasurable, that you are unlimited. Okay? Trying to put God in a box like this, trying to put God in a box or category or use him as a step or technique. Like someone said, how do I use the I am method to get a house? How do I use the I am to get my SP back? How do I use the I am method? It's not a method. God is not a method. It's not a system. It's not something that you can measure or put into a box. And in fact, I had one of my sessions earlier today. I was describing to my client about how unlimited she is and how, it's her and her higher self, right? And her higher self is like unlimited. She's everywhere in all versions of herself. There's no limits. She's not bound by time or space or rules or conditions. And when I was describing this to her, she was like, oh my God. She's like, this feels like so big. Like, it is just blowing my mind. I can't even conceive of how big what you're talking about is. And I said, exactly. I said, your mind, your logical thinking mind, all of this, can't conceive of it. You'll never be able to measure it. You can't harness God. You can't put him into 2 steps. You can't put him in a box. You can't say, if I say it this many times a day, then it has to happen. And this is what people try to do, is they're pushing against who they are. They're affirming on top of it. They're fighting it when you don't even have to do anything. Right? You don't have to push it. There's nothing wrong with affirming. There's nothing wrong with using a technique to remind you of what you have chosen already. Do you see? But what people try to do is they get into it and they look at the technique or the process or the tips, tricks, and steps and system and how do I use this method. They think that that's the power. They think that has all the power in it, and it's not. You're like giving your power and putting your power into these things. You're the power. You are the power. You are the cause. You are the source of why anything works. So to put your eyes on anything else other than within, it just doesn't make any sense. Once you realize that I'm the cause of why anything works, I don't have to put myself in a little box. So I love this in Psalm 104. It's 24. It says, how countless are your works, Lord. There's the word countless is used, like I think I saw 22 times in the Bible, but there's other words, limitless, right? How countless are your works, and your works are expressions and manifestations of from consciousness, right? How countless. You can't count them. Stop trying to count them, because you can't count God. You can't count how many times it will be effective till you get what you want. You can't count it because he is immeasurable. You are immeasurable. You're unlimited. So to try to put yourself in a little category of this is how many times I'm going to visualize it or do it, you can't. And this is the part that really, I think, that baffles some people, because they want someone to tell them, do this, this, and this, and you get that result. Doesn't work like that. You're beyond that. You're a big girl, big boy. You are beyond doing A, B, C, and push the button, and I get my little vending machine candy. Oh, I got a bag of chips. I wanted candy. Do you see? You're above that. You're bigger than that. You're bigger than just doing some little technique. You're bigger than just saying something a certain way and then you expect it to happen. You're bigger than that. You are all your desires. You are literally everything. You are one with it all. Do you see? You can't figure him out. If you're trying to figure out how to feel I am, how to be I am, what is consciousness, right? What is consciousness? It's your awareness of being God. Your consciousness is the Christ consciousness. It is the awareness of being God. So whatever you are aware of, at any moment, and you're aware of all kinds of stuff all day long. You're looking around and you're aware that there's a car, there's a couch, that there's a tree, there's sky. You're aware of people walking by. You're aware of all kinds of things. And as you're aware of those, you are having assumptions about all these things. You have assumptions, and that awareness, the thing that's peering through your eyes, is God. What do you think peers through your eyes? That beingness is God. That's how close that God is with you. You don't have to go find him. He is in you, through you, as you. You can't get any closer. Think about that. What is that being peering through your eyes? So you can't figure him out because you can't catch him. You can't measure him. You can't strap him down in a seatbelt. You can't stuff him in a box. Do you see? It's the ego that wants systems, tips, explanations. It's the ego. This is all the ego wanting to categorize it, measure it, control it, manipulate it, force it. All of that. Think about all these words, trying to force it, steps, tips, tricks, reprogram my mind, saturate the mind, all of these things. Think about that. That is the complete opposite of what love is. It's the opposite of freedom. You're not this. This is all ego, trying to figure it out, trying to categorize it, systemize it, so that I can utilize it, slap a label on it, and mass produce it and sell it all over the world. That's the ego. You're never going to do this with who you are, because who you are is invisible to the eye. It's invisible because it is the presence of God within you. Now, you can see it with this eye because whatever you see is God. Everything is God. There's no spot that God is not. But to try to capture the essence of what is within everything you see, you cannot. It's everything, it's everywhere, and it's nothing. As I said in my last video with that client who had that experience about her and God being one. It's nothing and it's everything at the same time. It's everywhere and it's nowhere at the same time. Do you see how limitless you are? Do you see how unlimited you are? To try to measure it is pointless. That's all ego trying to fight against that. No, there's not something that bigger. There's not something bigger that we can't do. We can do this. We can nail this. We're going to grab it by the horns and we're going to figure this out because nothing's bigger than my ego. That's what's happening here. Okay, and that's okay. I'm presented it this way, kind of like dramatic on purpose, but really it's just the ego it's terrified that it's going to disappear. And it will, and it'll self-destruct. A Course in Miracles says it will self-destruct because it's not real. The ego is not real. Those fears, those doubts, those trying to put God into steps and techniques and structures, it's not going to last. It'll self-destruct. The more that you seek that kingdom of God within, the more that you contemplate practice the presence of God, the more that you will see that the ego is fake. It's a lie. So the truth is simple. The truth is simple. It's I am. It's that simple, you guys. It's I am. That is the truth. When you feel, and I say this to all of my clients, if you feel confused, you feel stressed, you feel like you're desperate, you're needy, you want answers, you want something to happen fast, you think that time's running away from you, if you are in that kind of thinking or feeling, that's all ego. That's not the truth. Because the truth is not going to take you down rabbit holes of stress and worry and fear. The truth is simple. Anything else is made up. I am is the only truth. It is the only reality. I am is who you are. You don't have to find it or try to be it. You're doing it. You're using it. When you say I am, that is who you are. It is I am. Period. And think about whatever you put on after it, you can. But you don't even have to put anything after those words, I am, because that is who you are. I am is complete. Nothing's missing. So I wanted to talk about the movie, if you guys have ever seen Coming to America, with Eddie Murphy. Actually, there's two now. There's a newer one. And it reminds me of the story of the prodigal son. And the prodigal son is, the king has two sons, and one of them takes his inheritance and runs away and goes to squander and spend it, but then he comes back home. And it reminds me of the movie Coming to America, if you guys have seen it. And this is the story of all of us. And in the movie Coming to America, he is going to be a king. And his dad is telling him, you got to do this, you got to marry this girl, you got to start doing this, you got to act like different. And he's like, I'm out of here. So he runs away. He takes off to America, and he just pretends to have nothing. He goes to work at McDonald's. He lives in some little shady apartment, and he's scamming on the street. He's trying to figure everything out, and he's just you know what? And he meets a girl, and all of this stuff happens, right? And he's really liking it. And however, in the back of his mind, he knows who he is. He knows he's royalty, right? But no one knows it. His friends and his girlfriend, everybody, no one knows it until Dad, the king, finds him. And then he sees his family, his friends in trouble. The family friends. He sees them in trouble, needing some help, and he's like, damn, I could totally help them. And he knows that he has what it takes to help him. So what he does is he connects back home, and finally the movie ends where he ends up going back home and with the girl that he wants. And he goes home and he appreciates and sees all he has, and he sees it in a new light. And it kind of reminded me of the prodigal son story, right? And this is a story of all of us, that we are living these lives, and whatever it is that you're doing, okay, whatever occupation you're doing, whatever family you have, wherever you live or whatever, we're all over here, and we were pretending and acting as if we're not royalty, like we don't have everything. And as we remember and we're waking up to the truth of who we are, we discover that we have the kingdom within us, that we are all royalty. We are all royal children of God, that we have it all. And that is when we begin to test our power, and we start manifesting things, and we start seeing that there's no cap, there's no limit to our good, there's no limit to what we can have, there's no limit to what is ours. It is unlimited. Do you see? It's unlimited. So think about that. You're unlimited, and then yet you try to put everything into a category, a box. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. Do you see? So one day, this was just a few weeks ago, you guys. I remember sitting on my couch, and I was thinking about what is it that I want with a Rosey life. And I finally had decided to not play it small. And I said, you know what? God's not small. God doesn't play it small, and I don't play it small either. And I said, I'm no longer going to be afraid to grow this channel, to grow the Rosey Life. And I'm no longer afraid to have the success, because I had the fear in the back of my mind still. And then I said, no, that's it. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. And when I made that choice, I heard my higher self tell me, and my affirmation was given to me. My affirmation was given to me. I didn't even make it up. I didn't even know what to say or how to get there. And the affirmation that was given to me was this: it's all me, it's all mine, it's all good. And I heard that just clear. And then I started saying it. And then I said one day, I remember when the Rosey Life blew up. And then guess what? On the 4th of July, it started blowing up, and it keeps on growing. And you guys all see that. For all of you who've been around here and are newer, or you've been around for my channel, you know that. And this is what happened because I had decided to stop listening to that little egoic mind of measuring, controlling, and trying and efforting. No, I said, that's not who I am. I was judging myself. I was afraid, and there's nothing to be afraid of. Do you see? So I drew this little picture because in honor of the movie that I'm talking about, right, or just the movies in general, right? So here's how I picture it, okay, sometimes. Okay, so here's me. Imagine this is you, okay, and you can fill in your name instead of mine. So here's Rose, the movie, okay, starring I am Rose. That's my identity. That's my personality, right? Produced by God. Directed by I am, my higher self. Notice that it's God produces it. He's all things, absolute power, infinite intelligence. This is where all infinite possibilities are. God, right? Directed by, right? I am my higher self. And Rose is I am Rose. I'm the actress. So it's my movie, Rose a movie, starring I'm the actress of the movie. So I'm the actress in my higher self, God's movie. Do you see? I'm just the actress. I'm the one that gets to choose what I want. I get to choose what I want to assume. I'm the one with the free will to use this power. And after I choose and I assume what I want, it's produced by God, and it's directed, the unfolding is through my higher self. So I'm not going to be, but it all is me. Do you see? It's all me. It's all one. And when I wrote this out, I realized, I said, it's all me, Rose. It's all mine. I am, because your higher self is all, right? And it's all good, God. Because there's only good, there's only God, there's only love. And that's all there is. So you're the actress or actor in your movie. It is produced by God. All the things that all the options, all the everything, any possibility, any version of you or anyone else or anything, it's all produced by God, and it's directed by your higher self. And it's you, but it's all you. It's the 3 in 1. The one cause. You see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's one. It's all one. It looks like it's separate, right? Rose, I am God. No, it's all 3 in all. It's the 3 in 1. And they all are interchangeable. They all work together for good. I intend that you guys enjoy the video. Thank you so much again for subscribing and liking the videos and sharing my content with others. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you, and I look forward to seeing you guys really soon. All right, because you guys know you're all freaking amazing. I'll see you soon. Bye.